My girlfriend's autistic, and when she finds out, I don't think she's gonna be too happy. Obviously, I can't diagnose my old lady, but I can give y'all a couple of signs that your partner could be on the spectrum. Let's get into it. Number one, they're always burnt out. They're always tired. Why are they so tired? Why is your partner so tired? I'll tell you why. A good reason why your partner is tired is because of sensory overload. It's because of executive dysfunction. It's because of this need to mask. Having autism means that the way that you communicate with the world is different from how a neurotypical person would communicate with the world. So because of these differences in communication, we have to account for it by receiving some type of external support. So without the external support, and a person who has undiagnosed autism is probably not going to have that support, you're going to be burnt out. You're going to be tired all the time. You're tired because your brain is working twice as hard as a neurotypical person to get probably less done. That's not a sustainable way to live. And that's why you see a lot of autistic people go out and they'll be social for a couple of moments, couple of days, couple of weeks. But after a while, they have to retreat into isolation to recharge their social battery because their system for living is not sustainable. You're trying to mask to fit in, you're signing up for plans and things that you don't want to do. It's not a sustainable way to live. And this is what leads to the burnout. Number two, they have a hard time communicating their needs. Imagine if I put duct tape over your mouth for 24 hours and you have to go through the world and explain to people what you needed. I need this, I need that, I like this. It'd be frustrating for you because you're trying to communicate, but you can't say anything because there's duct tape over your mouth. So like I said earlier, because autistic people communicate in different methods from how a neurotypical person would, it's going to be hard for them to articulate what they want to say. And sometimes they don't know what they're feeling. They may realize what emotions they're experiencing after the fact. So if you ask them a question and they say, I don't know, you got to believe them because there's a good chance that they're telling you the truth. They actually don't know. And when they know, they'll come and let you know. But when you struggle to communicate or you communicate in non-traditional methods, so maybe through gestures, pointing, maybe through your eyes, it takes a person who is patient and somebody who can be calm and work through things and understand what they're trying to say. And then you'll get the message, you'll get the point. Number three, they have a strong preference for familiarity and routine, and they get upset when there's last minute schedule changes and interruptions. So because you communicate differently with autism, you need some type of predictability to give you comfort because you always feel like you're behind. You feel like people don't understand you. So when you can predict what things look like, it makes you feel at ease. It makes you feel good. When you throw a surprise birthday party for your partner or you change plans at the last second, it's going to lead most likely to some type of a mood swing, a mood disturbance to where they're pissed off. And this could lead to fights, it can lead to arguments, it could lead to breakups. Also, keep in mind that your autistic partner is in this silent battle for their autonomy. Because you need external support, that's a helpless way to live sometimes. When you're reminded of the fact that you need help from some external entity outside of yourself, it sucks. So when you live life like that, you're going to want autonomy. You're going to want to feel like you're in charge, that you can be capable of doing things on your own, and that you can kind of plan things and see where things are going without surprises. So if your partner is somebody who doesn't like surprises, it doesn't mean that they're not grateful. It doesn't mean that they didn't want this big party that you threw for them. Probably just means that they like routine, familiarity. They like for things to be clear and concise. And what they say is what they mean. What they mean is what they say. I think that makes sense to all of us. We'll say that here, that we want for people to say what they mean and mean what they say. But in this neurotypical society, it's not often like that. So those are signs that your partner could be on the spectrum. Keep in mind that autism is not a death sentence. It just means that you experience the world in a different way. And that's not a bad thing. In fact, it's a beautiful thing because if we all experienced the world in the same way, things wouldn't be fun. And in a world where things can be depressing, we're going to need a lot of fun.